Imagine a big explosion as you climb through 3,000 feet. Imagine a plane full of smoke. Imagine an engine going clack, 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 clack. Well, I had a unique seat that day. I was sitting in 1D. I was the only one who could talk to the fleet attendants, so I looked at them right away and they said no problem. We probably hit some birds. The pilot had a right turned the plane around and we weren't that far. You couldn't see Manhattan. 2 minutes later, three things happened at the same time. The pilot lines up the plane with the Hudson River. That's usually not the route launcher. Elias returns of the engine is now engine being on a plane with no sound, and then he says three words. As unemotional three words as I have ever heard. He says, brace for impact. I didn't have to talk to flight attendant anymore. Louder, Elias. I could see in her eyes that it as terror. Life is over. Now I want to share with you three things I learned about myself that day. I learned that it our chances in an instant. I have this bucket list. He have these things we want to do in life. And I thought about all the peoples I wanted to reach out that I didn't, all the fences I wanted to mend, all the experiences I wanted to have and I never did. As you thought about that, later on and came up with the sewing, which is I collect bad winners. Cause if the winning is ready and the person is there, I am pinning it. I no longer want to postpone anything in life, and that urgency, that purpose has really changed my life. That second thing I learned that day, and this is as we cleared the George Washington Bridge, which has been not a lot. I thought about, wow, I really feel one real regret with living a good life. In my one humanity and mistakes, I've tried to get better at everything I have tried, but in my humanity, I also allow my ego to get in and regretted the time and wasted and the thing that did not matter with people that matter. And I thought about my relationship with my wife, with my friends, with peoples. And after as reflected on that, I decided to eliminate negative energy from my life. It's not perfect. It's a lot better. I've not had a fight with my wife in 2 years, and it feels great. I no longer try to be right. I choose to be happy. The third thing I learned, and this is where mental clock starts going 25, no, sorry, 10, 15, 14, 13. You can see the water coming. I'm saying please blow up. Alright, I don't want to think to break in and and 20, 20, I don't know. Places like you've seen in choose documentaries, and as we're coming down, I had a sense of wow, doing not scary. It's almost like we've been preparing for it our whole lives. But it has very sad. I didn't want to go. I love my life, and that sadness really framed in one truth, which 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 is I only wish for one thing. I only wish I could see my kids grow up. About a month later, I was in a performance be my daughter, first grader, not much artistic talent, launcher. Yes, yet, and then brawling, I'm crying like a little kid. And made all the senses in the world to me. I realized at that point my connecting choose two dots that the only thing that's matter in my life is being a great dad. Above all, the only goals I have in life is to be a good dad. I was given the gift of a miracle and of not doing that day. I was given another gift, which was to be able to see in the future and come back and live differently. I challenge you guys that you are flying today. Imagine the same thing happens on your plane and places don't, but imagine and how old you change. That would you get done that you're waiting to get done because you think you'll be here for forever. Here forever. How old you change your relationship and the negative energy in them. And more than anything, are you being the best parent you can? Thank you. Applause. Yes, regularly is more than 3.5 million people have, which is this TED Talk. Imagine a big explosion as you climb through 3,000 feet. Imagine a plane full of smoke. Imagine an go and dining going clack clack clack. It sounds scary. Well, I had a winnacle seat that day. I had sitting one day. I was the only one who called to talk to the flight attendants, so I looked at them right away, and they said, "No problem, we probably hit some birds." The pilot had alright turned the plane around, and he weren't that far. You could see Manhattan. 2 minutes later, three things happened at the same time. The pilot lines up the plane with the Hudson River, that's usually not the road, louder. He turns off the engines now. Imagine being in a plane with no sound, and then he says three words, the most unemotional three words I've ever heard. He says, brace for impact. Didn't have to talk to flight attendant anymore. I could see in her eyes it has terror. Life has over. Now, I want to share with you three things I learned about myself that day. I learned that it all changes in an instant. We have this bucket list. We have three things what we want to do in life. And I talked about all the peoples I wanted to reach, all the that I didn't, all the fences I wanted to mean, all the experience I wanted to have and I never did. As I thought about that later on, I came up with a saying which I collect bad wines because if the wine is ready and the person is there, I opened it. I no longer want to postpone anything in life, and that urgency, that purpose, has really changed my life. The second thing I learned that day, and this is we cleared the Jordan Washington Bridge, which has been not a lot. I talk about, wow, I really feel one real regret. I've lived a good life, and my one humanity and mistakes I've tried to get better at everything I tried. But in humanity, I also allow my ego to get in, and I regretted the time I wasted on things that did not matter with people that matter, and talk about my relationship with my wife, with my friends, with my people, and after. As I reflected on that, I decided to eliminate negative energy from my life. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. I've not had a fight with my wife in 2 years. It feels great. I no longer try to be right. I choose to be happy. The third thing I learned, and this is as your mental clock starts going 15, 14, 13, and you can see the water coming. I'm saying, please blow up. I don't want these things to break and 20 pieces like you've seen in choose commenters, and as you're coming down I have a sense of wow, this is not scary, it's almost like we've been preparing for it your whole lives. But it has very sad. I didn't want to go. I love my life. And that sadness really framed in one target, which I only wish for one thing. I only wish I could see my kids grow up. About my month later, I had that performance be my daughter, first grader, not much artistic talent yet. And I'm bawling, I'm crying like a little kid. And it made all the senses in the world to me. I really I realized at that point, be connecting two dots, that the only things that matters in my life is being a great day, a great dad. Above all, the only goal I have in life is to be a good dad. I has given the gift of a miracle of not being that day. I has given another gift, which was to be able to see into the future and come back and live differently. I challenge you guys that are flying today. Imagine the same things happening on your plane, and please don't. But imagine and how do you change? What hold you get done that you're waiting to get done because you think will be here forever? How would you change your relationships and the negative energy in them? And more than anything, are you being the best parent you can? Thank you. Applause.